An observation from the dog culture and the police dog culture. So I recently started researching all these lawsuits that cities have had to pay people because police dogs attack innocent people and leave them severely injured. Even little kids, dogs even jump through the windows on police cars and bite little kids. So I was looking up all this stuff, and when the dogs fail, when they do something wrong, these police dogs, they fail on the side of biting, right? I mean, they're trained to do bite work anyways, but the police are supposed to be able to control them perfectly, according to what they say. So if a dog fails, it fails towards biting. But now remember, dog culture tells us that dogs are the perfect friend, the perfect companion, the man's best friend. He's gonna he's gonna help you with depression, PTSD. Dog's gonna help you with all this stuff. They're constantly inserting dogs into pictures with children, and so the dog is supposed to be this loving pupper, right? He does funny jokes. He plays around on the carpet, makes you laugh. He's entertaining. He catches the frisbee. And, the dog farts and scares himself and all that funny kind of dog culture stuff, right? But the police dogs never fail and fail towards that direction. They always fail and bite more than they're supposed to. So, what does that mean? Okay, well, if the police dogs are going to fail their training. Now remember, they were trained to bite. They're trained to do bite work. When the cops take somebody down, they say, there'll be four cops with big strong bodies, bulletproof vests, SWAT gear, and they'll need a dog to take down a drunken crackhead. But what do they say? Stop, stop, or you'll get bit. Stop, you'll be bitten. Stop, you'll be bitten. Put your hands out. Lay down. You're going to get bit. Dogs are made to do bite work. And so, if they're trained to do bite work, does that mean that they're actually about something else? And that when their bite work training fails, wouldn't they do something else then? Wouldn't they do all that funny stuff that dog culture says dogs are all about? The perfect companion, the perfect pet. He's going to make you happy when you're sad, everything. When you get home, he gives you unconditional love. He's just a food obsessed mutant jumping in your face because oh, you're home. My food dispenser's here. Whoop-de-doo. So, when you get home to a dog, does it, hey, I cleaned the house for you. Hey, I washed your laundry. No, so that's not unconditional love. That's that's food obsession. But that's a whole nother video. So, if these police dogs can fail and do fail, why are they just failing on the side of biting? Why don't they fail on the side of what dog culture tells us? How come we don't see a bunch of lawsuits or other types of videos and stories where oh, we're gonna send the police dog in, and well, you know what it did? It cuddled up on the guy, and it farted, and it burped, and the criminal got so entertained by the goofy dog that we went in there, and got the handcuffs on him. If dogs are all about that stuff, then why don't police do that then? And why aren't the dogs, if they're failing their bite training, the police train them to bite, attack, and bark, that's what the police train them to do. If they're failing their training, then wouldn't they do something besides what they're trained to do? I mean, they're genetically engineered to bite anyways, so I mean that's my hidden point. But okay, corgi people, they're constantly posting stuff on the internet. Look at the little corgi butts. So how come police officers don't have a bunch of corgis and they send in like five of them, and the whatever, the kidnapper that's hiding in the shed, just wanted for stealing a knife or something. He's in there and the corgis run in and jump all over him, and he's like, "Cool, look at the corgis. I'm so distracted and I'm thinking about changing my life because these dogs are so cute." Oh, and then the cops swoop in and get him while he's distracted. That doesn't happen. You're gonna get a yellow lab named Chubbs, and he runs in there and lays on his back and does like a little thing, and then he chases his tail around, and then the criminals are trying to get, he gets so distracted he doesn't hide his drugs, and he's like, "Oh wow, that's so funny," and the cops are out there listening. Officer Smith, Officer Smith, the assailant is laughing. That means the dog has engaged with the assailant. Get in there and cuff him, and then they can pet the dog. "Oh, you did a good job, buddy." If dogs understand humans so much and they have this galaxy brain, where they understand the tribulations that humans have gone through so much better, then wouldn't that work then? So let's apply that dog culture logic. Wouldn't that work then? Couldn't we send in like one of these pit bulls that they say are nanny dogs, and it goes in there and it cuddles up with the guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, you're such a cute dog. I'm not gonna do criminal stuff anymore. You understand me. You understand how my life was crappy and I just went the wrong way, and I'm just gonna turn my life around and you know, lead me out to the police. I surrender myself. You've understood me so much better than all these humans that have the humans brought me to a life of crime, and now this police dog came and cuddled with me. Why don't we see that? We don't, because it's bullshit. It doesn't fucking work that way. Dogs are not that kind of thing that you think they are. They only give you a temporary relief. They're not this crazy galaxy brain thing that's going to like give you this beautiful life advice and fix all your problems. Dogs come with a lot of side problems and expenses, and people are so used to having dogs that they don't even realize it. There's a really good video that talks about how younger people don't understand why some older people are sick and tired of this dog culture. And it's because they don't remember a time when there wasn't a bunch of barking and stuff like that. I'm going to put the video down there. Check it out. But dogs are designed to bite and catch you. They're a predator. A dog is a predator. When you get a squeaky toy for your dog and you're squeaking it, and the dog is over there half asleep and you start squeaking it, and boom, that dog is awake and it's getting that squeaky toy and tearing up. It thinks it's a predator. You're training your dog to be a better predator. And that's what it thinks. It thinks that little squeaky toy is a little trapped weasel and it's going to get there and chew its head off. And so that's why police dogs do so good with bite work, because they're genetically made to bite shit. And so, the adult supervision, the training, the how they were raised, the where it was bred, still, those police dogs have all of that. They have adult supervision. They have strong, physically capable adults. And then when their training screws up, they're trained to bite. Their training screws up, they just bite the wrong person. So it doesn't make sense when you try to apply that dog culture logic about them being all, the most understanding, loving friend, blah blah blah. All the one-liner marketing gimmicks that they say about dog culture. If that's truly what dogs are at their core, then a dog that is trained to bite, when he failed, then he would fail to bite. Oh, our dog that goes in there and bites up people and helps us arrest people, he went in there and cuddled with the guy. That would be a failure of bite work. But they don't do that, and it's because that's not what dogs ever were. You know, like it's just a fact of life that dog culture refuses to admit.